I often smile a little bit when I see an awful lot of stuff in the trade literature, if you will, that sort of says exactly what content you use at which stages, and it strikes me that often there's an unfortunate blurring that happens in a lot of those writings between the content itself and the vehicle that's used for the content. And I think it's really important to separate the two.
Standing out's the hardest thing in marketing in a general sense, and it's become even more difficult. I mean, think about it. YouTube, there's 2 billion videos on there now. I mean, that's a ridiculous number of anything. I do believe that the good things float to the top. So if you do something that's clever, witty, entertaining, that's maybe a quarter of the battle. But I think even more important than that is working at the right channels. Don't create a piece of content if you're intending specific channels will receive that content without thinking about those channels and actually making that content to suit.
There's a lot of research out there, and you've got to look at something that is either new or you're taking a different slant on it. And again, I think you've got to really think about what are the objectives. If you just want to go out and do some research, say 40% of everybody did this, for me, that wouldn't be very beneficial. If you can look at saying, you know, there is a percentage of people that are now thinking this way, and therefore what does that mean for you as an individual? I think that's a lot more beneficial because that actually gives people something to start thinking about of how they evolve their own role or what they do within their own organisation. So it's not so much the stats today, it's more about what do you need to start being ahead of the game and being competitive in the years to come.
Make sure that the content is bona fide thought leadership, not, you know, opinion farming where you're regurgitating, you know, snippets and sound bites from other areas that are actually, you know, you've either picked up before, you know, and it doesn't appear new. Because again, you're representing the brand, you know, you're representing your company. If all you're doing is regurgitating stuff from analysts, you know, or from research paper or, you know, published research, and you're not adding anything to it, you know, in terms of additional insight, then again, you'd have to question why you would do that.
So there's the challenge: make your content interesting enough so that it sits well alongside those from other vendors with whom you compete, and that you're interesting enough that people actually read what you say, and this is the most important thing, follow whatever call to action you put in it. And a call to action is obviously a very important thing because you need to know whether people are reading it or not and what they're doing as a result.